Welcome to Raider Talks. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra. We are here to announce that Josh McDaniels is the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, and Dave Ziegler is the general manager. So we're going to talk a little bit about those guys and how we're feeling about the pickups for the Raiders. First off, Nick, how do you feel about these guys being head coach and GM for the Raiders?
Yeah, well, that didn't take too long. Mark Davis wanted his boys, got them. And, this is exciting. When the reports and rumors started to come out about McDaniels and Ziegler, coming from a first-class organization in the Patriots, and they've done well there, I was excited. And hearing them today got me really pumped up and excited for the future of this team and for next season. I think Josh McDaniels is it. I think what he brings to the table is really good, and I think we're going to see something special.
Yeah, it sounded like Mark Davis did all his due diligence in picking these guys, and he kind of made it sound like he talked with Ziegler first, and asked him like, "Well, what's your plan? Who do you got?" And he said Josh McDaniels, and Mark was like, "Is he open?
Mm-hmm.
Is he open to be the coach? Is he even available?" And Ziegler said, "If I'm here, then he's available." So we go out, and I think we get two of the top candidates right now. At the GM position, I think he's a top candidate for sure. And then McDaniels, it's up for consideration, but I think he's the top head coach. I think this is going to be a great fit for the Raiders, and especially Derek Carr.
Yeah, and and also like what Mark Davis said, and I think we got a pair. We don't got two individuals. We've got a good little team. And that Ziegler wanted McDaniels wanted Ziegler. And now we got someone who's really on page, and I think you heard Mark Davis say, "Hey, when I hired McKenzie, then we hired Dennis Allen. That really didn't work out. They were butting heads or whatever, and Gruden and Mayock really didn't work out. He said it. Butt heads again, and I think a coach and a GM are going to butt heads, but I think this one's going to be different. They're on the same page. They think alike. They've been friends, forever and everything. So I think it's just a good pairing in general.
Yeah, back to college. They went to college together. So McDaniels and Ziegler, I feel like they bounced around with each other everywhere they've gone. So they're going to have a connection like that. And, I mean, they seem pumped up in their interview, in their presser. I mean, they've won championships. They won Super Bowls. They've done some of the biggest things, best things you can do in football, but it seems like this was their biggest accomplishment, being on the podium and being announced the next general manager and head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. I think they like the Patriots, but I think they love the Raiders, and I think they're in love with the silver and black, in love with the history of the silver and black. And I mean, the first thing McDaniels told Mark Davis was it was a fumble. Right then and there, Mark Davis knew that this guy is a Raider.
Yeah, and McDaniels had an opportunity to go coach with the Colts, and backed out of that before it really got started.
McDaniels backed out of a lot of teams throughout the years.
And I think, because of Belichick, because of Brady at that time, just because I think it's just Patriots and, Robert Kraft and them, it's going to take a lot to pull him away from that good situation that he had there. And even Ziegler too, they were really good there, and they probably could have done that forever. But they come up, they got their own roles, big roles now. Ziegler is now a GM, makes all the decisions. And McDaniels gets another crack at coaching again, which I think we're all excited for. He's excited for, and it just shows you how much people value being a Raider, being in the silver and black, being a part of Raider Nation, because they just seem pumped and excited, and they're getting ready to go to work.
So Mark Davis comes out, he introduces Ziegler, and Ziegler comes out. Pretty much first thing he talks about is the stadium and how beautiful the facilities are, and the weight room and all that. I think what helped him make the decision easier to come to the Raiders was that they got first class everything in the weight room, equipment, all that stuff.
Everything's new.
Everything's new, state of the art.
Yeah.
So he was really pumped up about that. He's pumped up about the player development for the Raiders. He kind of mentioned that he likes the talent around the Raiders organization right now, and how he came into he just needs to sharpen the tools a little bit. He's not coming into a situation like normal GMs or head coaches do, where you're with a 5-win team. Right now, you're with a 10-win team.
Yeah.
That went to the playoffs. That's a couple plays away from beating the Bengals, who are representing the AFC in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they come in with, a really good situation. If you go new head coach, new GM coming in, usually it is a 2-3 win team, or you got to fix this, got to fix that. Hey, give us 2 or 3 years. We are fresh off of a fifth seed in the AFC.
Yeah.
A good year, a 10-win team. Really good quarterback, some pieces there. Really good defensive end, so the pieces are there. We are right there. We're on the cusp of it. A couple more, players, a couple more things to do. And I think we're right there as a championship contender. And I think that's what they bring in. And they're going to bring in the right guys and do whatever it takes for us to be in that championship contender.
Yeah, now we go into Josh McDaniels. He's talking, and he's talking like a smart guy, all-out football guy, and kind of talked about how he's learned from his mistakes in the past.
Yeah,
he's learned from the coaching job in Denver. Kind of said how he's a better person now.
Yeah,
he's developed as a coach and as a person, as a better person, because he kind of made it seem, I remember I saw an interview before and this press conference, kind of made it seem that he wasn't the greatest person. He's kind of a jerk, but now he's kind of more of a guy that's doesn't make instinctual decisions like he used to. Kind of a nicer guy. He used to blame others.
Yeah.
And now he puts it on himself. Not in a bad way, but when there's mistakes that are his fault, he's going to put it on himself. And I just think now he's matured. He's not the guy he was in Denver. And I think he's ready to be a head coach. And I really do like him a lot. A lot of Raider fans might say no, but I really do like Josh McDaniels. I mean, have you seen the creativity over there in New England? They're a winning football team. They won this year, made it to the playoffs with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Rookie quarterbacks are never good. And most rookie quarterbacks are never good.
Not the first year.
Not their first year. And Mac Jones is not near close to Carr.
No.
And Josh McDaniels led them, or him and Belichick led them to the playoffs. And then don't forget, Mark Davis mentioned Tom Brady too, and the evolution of Tom Brady, of how he became who he is.
Yeah.
And it has something to do with Josh McDaniels. I mean, he's been there through almost the whole ride with Brady and them. So, he's got a lot of knowledge from Belichick. He's been a head coach, failed, and he's going to do whatever it takes to succeed. And he knows the failing part of it. He knows he's learned from mistakes.
Yes.
So
he's ready.
He's ready.
He's ready.
He's ready to be a head coach for the Raiders.
This is his time. He's ready. I felt like in Denver, I was reading some things, whatever. He did too much in Denver. He was trying to be the man.
He was trying to be Belichick.
And just, I'm the man. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this my way. That obviously didn't work out. I think he comes in with not that owner or anything didn't trust him, but that this is the owner's boy right here. Mark Davis wanted McDaniels.
Yeah.
He comes in with a great friend in Ziegler, who's going to come in and, they're going to get along well, and you make decisions and everything. That it's not just him no more.
Yeah.
He's going to come in. Everyone's going to be supportive. Everyone's going to be around him, and all these, he's just got to do his thing. He's a great offensive coordinator. He's worked
creative.
He's worked with the GOAT. And like Mark Davis said, he just adapted. Hey, we're done with Brady. Came in, they had a decent season with Cam Newton and that mess that one year.
Yeah, and then they talked about Hasselbeck.
Matt Castle?
And then Hassel.
Yeah.
And then they talked about, or they didn't talk about him, but even Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Remember he came in, filled in for Brady.
Oh, that and then Brissett too. Just the way they adapted.
Great. And McDaniels is part of that whole thing. He just wasn't ready in Denver, but now he's ready.
Now you get somebody who's ready. He wants to be here. Just because of the whole Colt situation and opportunities that he could have had elsewhere, and he wants to be here, and it's just a good sign. And I think we finally got our pair who, in the long run, in the future, that we can really do damage with in the AFC and in the NFL. With these two. Yeah,
what I liked hearing from Ziegler a little bit was about how they asked him, So you and Josh McDaniels, how is the draft going to work?
Mm-hmm.
So kind of the situation with Gruden and Mayock where it might have been Gruden's picks. Gruden had the final say.
Yeah.
Because it was his 10-year contract.
Yeah.
It was his. The Raiders were his.
Yeah.
But Ziegler made it seem like these are my picks.
No,
I'm
yeah.
picking my guys. We're going to work with each other, but I'm picking my guys, and we're going to pick the best guys.
He put his foot down right there in that question, and that's what I liked. He says, hey, you know, we're going to work together. We're going to do this. You know, I'm going to, you know, do this part. McDaniels going to do that part, and we're going to talk about it, and, you know, be a team about this.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, I'm making the final call. I'm making the last decision. The
You
final decision
said it
on
perfectly right now.
And I think that's what we like, you know, and because I think with Gruden, Mayock, Gruden was there first. Gruden had the $100 million contract.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna go Gruden more than you're gonna go Mayock. You know, you gave the keys to Gruden. Gruden, this is your team. You have final say.
Yeah.
In this one, I feel, hey, we're gonna work together. We're gonna work good as a team. But I got final say in this. You know, what we do, who we bring in, what we draft, and then, you know, basically you're gonna deal with it, McDaniels. But I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think it's gonna be a team effort.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're both gonna think the same and everything.
Yeah, you said it best though.
Yeah.
Like, man, he put his foot down.
Yeah.
It's not even about Josh McDaniels.
No.
It's not about Dave Ziegler. It's about Dave Ziegler being the general manager.
Yeah.
And his name is on the pick.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna pick his guys. And he's going to do what's best for Josh McDaniels and the Raiders.
So, well, I mean, with that, we know. So if there's a bust or if there's a pick that we don't like or if there's like, hey, why'd you go there? We know it's him.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that he's going to take accountability for that. Say, hey, I put my foot down. That was my pick. That was my final decision. It's on me.
Yeah. Mark Davis talked a little bit about how the Patriots draft and how... Not about how they draft, but just about, drafting and players.
Who they bring in.
Yeah. And how they're just a tough, like, gritty team every year that has kind of these no-name guys that just fit perfectly. And it reminded me of the old Raiders. And Mark Davis brought that up. And I think these guys are going to bring in those guys.
Yeah.
You know those guys on other teams that are like, hey, my guy's good.
Yeah.
He might not be a big name, but he's good. He'll work good
solid.
with us.
And then some of them, half of them, they make a household name, and then they go somewhere else. And
So I'm just excited about that and the player development and the drafting especially. It seems like the Patriots draft the right guys every year, every round.
Yeah.
So I'm really pumped up about Ziegler and McDaniels. I feel like they're going to pick the best guys available for the Raiders, and hopefully we don't make any stretches of picks anymore. But you never know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. You know,
when it comes draft time, then we're going to have our first grade of these guys, mainly Ziegler, and then player development and all that during off season and during OTAs and all that. So
yeah, but you know, I'm excited. You know, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. You know, first of all, what we're gonna do. You know, with the extensions and stuff of our current roster, and then going into that. You know, I think it's in March, the new league year, which is free agency and trades and everything, and just to see what kind of splash they make there, and then of course the draft. These next 2 months are going to be exciting for this Raiders franchise, and these two are leading at the helm.
They're winners too.
Yeah, they're winners. So it's their time, and we're going to see their moves before we actually play some football, which is nice, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this new league year to start. Bringing some people in, cutting some people, see who we got, and I think by June or July we should have a good idea of what our roster's going to be, who we're going to be, and I'm really excited.
In our identity a little bit.
Yes.
Josh McDaniels kind of in the press conference, he's kind of talking about what he wants his team to be, what him and Mark kind of talked about, and what was highlighted most was being explosive.
Yeah.
And he kind of looked at Mark Davis, a little smirk. Mark Davis looked at him with a little smirk. Everyone was laughing in the crowd, and they were kind of saying, like, Mark Davis was trusting we need to have an explosive team. That's who the Raiders are. We're explosive.
Yeah.
Beginning of the year, we're explosive with Henry Ruggs. Now we need to go fill that gap. We need to get someone explosive. We need to have explosive DBs, explosive everybody, explosive team. And I think that's what McDaniels and Ziegler are going to try to do most, get those players that are explosive, fast, talented, quick.
Yeah.
Everything that will fit this Raider team perfectly.
Yeah, because, and it doesn't happen often, but most of our big wins these past couple, about 2 or 3 years, we beat the Chiefs, we beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, we beat the Ravens, and, the big games from Ruggs, they're all explosive. We're going deep, big runs, defense is showing out, being explosive.
Big hits.
Yeah, exactly. And if we can get that, I know you can't be explosive all 17 games or 16, 17 games in the season, but you get that for majority of the time, and you're gonna come out with some good results.
The Chiefs,
yeah,
they're pretty explosive every game.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And I'm not saying we're gonna go try to beat the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
But we're gonna put a team together to beat them, and we're gonna be explosive on offense.
Yeah, because even the Chiefs, when they're not the Chiefs or they're not that explosive offense, they're still due for 3 or 4 big gains a game. You know what I mean? And we can do that. I'm not saying we're trying to be the Chiefs or anything, but we just want to, like you said, we just want to be that explosive team, and I think we got the right person in charge to do that.
Yeah, we want to be the team that makes stuff happen, a team that can throw the bombs.
Yeah,
a team that can stretch the field, a team that can have a running back that can take it to the house anytime. Yeah. And we might have that in Kenyon Drake if he comes back next season, which I think he will.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs, he looked good at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So we look explosive there. But maybe they might try to even upgrade, get someone more explosive. You never know. These guys, I think it's kind of, besides Derek Carr, I think Terry Carr's going to be there. I think he's going to play on his last year of his contract, though. That's kind of what I got from Ziegler. Kind of like, we'll see what happens, because we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone has a safe job. I think they're going to try to, if they have a chance to upgrade at any position, they're going to go do it.
Yeah, I got that. I kind of got that too, is, the whole DC situation, because I think that one reporter asked, and he says, we'll take time, figure it out. Maybe a couple meetings, everything clicks, and they give him the extension, or hey, then let's just see how you play. Then we'll see from there.
I think these guys. Because Ziegler kind of said, 5 years, 6 years, we want to be able to set up the Raiders' future for not only 2022, but 2023.
Yeah, so I think the whole card thing is maybe still up in the air or whatever, but no.
Because quarterback's the biggest position, the biggest position in football. So I think McDaniels and Ziegler are both like, we're going to wait and see how we do. We're going to coach these guys up, wait and see, because we can't fully commit just yet. Especially when we haven't been the guys in charge.
Yeah. So it's gonna be.
But this is for everybody. So everybody has a job. Everybody needs to do their job, because these are new guys coming in, and I don't think they care. They don't care about you. They want to just win.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be really good to see, and I just can't wait.
Yeah, I'm pumped up about these two guys. We should be getting some more news here in the early future about some of our defensive coordinators, offensive coordinator, special teams guy.
I know McDaniels was going to meet with everybody to see, and
So we'll see what happens. I'm pumped up about all that to come out, and I'm pumped up about rumors about players. You never know. A lot of rumors about Devontae Adams. So, man,
it's all going to hit after Super Bowl. These couple weeks, I think we're going to find our coaching staff and what we want to do, and then after Super Bowl, it's going to hit the rumors of, hey, we're looking at this, or we're looking at that, or like you said, Devontae's looking at this, Devontae's looking at that.
I love that the Raiders made a move on a playoff Sunday.
Exactly.
You know what? We don't like the Chiefs. We don't like the Bengals. We don't like the Niners or the Rams. We don't like California football.
Yeah.
We don't like any of these guys. You know what? We could have announced on a Monday, but we'll announce
I saw that.
We'll announce it this Sunday.
I saw a tweet that says NFL probably isn't happy that they wanted Sunday to be about those 4 teams, and we make a big splash.
Now it's about the silver and black. Pretty much this whole video. Well, we agree. We agreed that we like Josh McDaniels. We even talked about it. I like Josh McDaniels. I love the situation. He's coming from New England.
Yeah.
A set foundation. He learned from Denver, so we can't go back to his Denver days and say that's Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, because he has a whole other resume.
He's a different person. Yes. We all know he's successful. He's a winner, so we're pumped up about that. We're both agreeing that we love these two guys.
Yeah.
But a lot of the Raider fans aren't liking him because they were so sold on Harbaugh. But I think personally, this might even be a better fit, because you have your GM.
Yeah.
You have your offensive coordinator guru that might even go up against Andy Reid. And Harbaugh's not going to do that.
And you went in, you got a pair instead of just a coach and then a general manager. You got a pair who are really close, really.
And I think Harbaugh was one of those guys. I think he wanted the reins to the Raiders. I think he probably wanted the general manager spot too, like for himself.
Yeah.
Or him be like the Gruden type of guy. And I don't think Mark Davis is that guy to do that anymore. I think he wants to set places for people.
Yeah.
So Ziegler, your GM, McDaniels, you're the head coach. You guys are gonna work together very well. But Ziegler, you're a general manager.
Yeah.
Top down. So I'm just pumped up. I just think these guys were the perfect fit. They seem like Raiders. The way they talked. No offense to Gruden or Mayock, but these guys were talking like professional and amazing.
It felt different.
It felt different, and I hope we're right. I hope we're right, but
it felt different.
It did feel different.
It just felt different because I'm just comparing a couple press conferences, from Gruden's hiring to this one. When we hired Gruden, we kind of knew he needed his own team. He needed to do this. He needed to do that. We were probably in for a couple long years, and we were. And this one, fresh off of a wild card berth, fresh off a really good season. We feel like we're right there, and this is just a complete opposite.
We're right there.
Oh, we are right, yeah. And we are right there, and this just feels like a complete opposite from that Gruden situation of, hey, next year we can go make a run at this instead of waiting the 2 or 3 years, to get his guys or whatever. We've got a good foundation there, and we're gonna build on it, and we can make a run this upcoming season.
Yeah, I love that you said that because I feel like if we went with Bisaccia, I think we're settling. Because I think how much better can really the team get with Bisaccia, my opinion? Because you have the motivator. You do have that guy that's going to motivate the guys.
And everyone's going to stay for him.
Yeah, and everyone's going to stay. Most likely going to be, unless Mark Davis told them don't bring Greg Olsen back. But even if you do bring offensive coordinator back, you kind of know what you're getting out of Bisaccia. But McDaniels, you seem like you're trying your best to get an upgrade and trying to win. You're trying to not just make it to the playoffs every year, but you're trying to make a run. You're trying to be in a Super Bowl. You're trying to play in 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, it just seems like you want to get better.
Yeah, you're trying to play in February if you're Mark Davis, and that's what they did. They made the splash.
Yeah, and it's good that he went out and got his boy.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get better, and it's really good.
The Raiders did get better today.
Yeah,
they upgraded today. Two new key pieces that is going to be a big addition for the Raiders.
Yeah, and then,
so it's very exciting.
This is very exciting to be a very exciting time in Las Vegas to be a Raider fan.
In Las Vegas.
It's just anywhere. Sorry.
Everywhere.
This is a very exciting time.
Raider Nation is worldwide. Come on,
what
Nick.
I meant.
We're not even in Vegas right now. We're in Fresno, California. Come on now.
Whatever. But this is just a very exciting time in the Raiders organization. We're moving forward, and this is going to be. I'm excited. Ready.
It's going to be a fun time for the Raiders. We'll see you guys when more news breaks out. So we'll talk about it, give our opinion. We're really excited. Can't wait till they announce all the coaches that are joining on with them. So we'll see you guys when all that happens and when some news happens. Thank you guys, and go Raiders.
Go Raiders.